I am Donald Black Jr., photographer, visual artist, art educator. This workshop and this lesson is to help people start to be able to take stronger photographs. So in order to do this workshop or participate, the first thing you need is you need a camera. And honestly, preferably you need a cell phone camera. Cell phone camera is gonna make it real simple for you to be able to start to try to practice some of these assignments, you know, at home, at your house, in your yard, that type of thing. A lot of people talk about photographs and good photographs and strong photographs. You know, it's like people don't even really know what a good, strong photograph is. So I would imagine it can start to get confusing if you're a photographer trying to figure out how to get better with photography. If you're looking at pictures on social media and you see some of those pictures and photographs getting a whole lot of interaction, like a lot of likes or a lot of comments, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a strong photograph. So the first thing we're gonna really kind of discuss is what makes a strong photograph. When you're making photography, if you draw, if you paint, this is something that you should become familiar with, which is the visual elements. So the first assignment on starting to get more familiar with visual elements will be line, shape, and texture. That's the assignment. So the goal is to try to get 10 strong photographs that represent one or all three visual elements. So you need to go around your house, you need to look, and when you're looking for the visual elements, it doesn't have to be anything. You know, it could be a crack in the ground, you know, is a line, as much as you might have, you know, a wood table, and you can see the line in the wood table. So the goal is to not look for photographing something specific. You're looking for these three elements just in your everyday life, right in your house. You probably could find all the visual elements in one room. So another one is shape. So when you looking around the house, you look for things that make specific shapes, and you want to start to try to photograph that shape in a way that when someone looks at the photograph, as soon as they look at it, they knew exactly what shape you were photographing, okay? And now the one that's a little more challenging is the one that's texture. And texture sometimes isn't necessarily easy to see. When I think of texture, the first thing that comes to my mind is like my hair or my beard or like my skin, and being able to see like the pores in my skin. You know, if you got carpet, you might be able to really see good texture in the carpet. If it's an item that might be broken or something, you might see good texture on that item. So assignment number one, visual elements, line, texture, pattern. Try not to duplicate a photograph that you've already seen. Try to see if you can find your own unique photographs in your house, in your room, in the basement, you know, in the backyard, in the front yard. You don't have to go real far to find some of these images represented all around you. I figured I'll show some examples of line, texture, pattern, because examples of line, texture, pattern will give you an idea of how you're trying to approach finding these visual elements. Since the goal is for for your final presentation of your images to be a total of 10 images, it's a good idea to try to shoot way more than 10 images. So if you didn't ask somebody to borrow their phone, your mom, your dad, one of your siblings or somebody, and let you use the phone, you know, just let them know that you probably need to take, I don't know, at least 50 photographs. If you take 50 photographs, if you try to find multiple images that are line, multiple images that are texture, multiple images that are shape, then you should be able to, from those images, select a really good 10 images. I think what we're gonna do is, you should be able to either, let's say, send me the images on Instagram. It's D Black Originals. And if you send me a message on Instagram, I'll start to accumulate the photographs, there'll be a final presentation of all the photographs that everybody send. So just send all your photographs to D Black Originals on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, then you need to be trying to send an email to dblack@donaldblackjr.com. So send photographs to the email address only if you don't have Instagram. The easiest way for me to find your photographs is for you to send them to me on Instagram. You shouldn't have to tell me what the images are about. I should be able to tell the assignment based on the images that you send.